Hello everybody, Ken here. Welcome back to Hearthstone for another Tavern Brawl. Hope you're all doing incredibly well today. Boom, it's the encounter at the Crossroads. I remember this one. We got another repeat one. It's a bit of a shame, we had one that was a repeat 2 weeks ago. Now this was, I believe, basically just an entirely random deck. It should be interesting to see because obviously there's a new expansion out, new cards. But, yeah, I don't know. Don't know how I feel about this entirely random deck. Start with the default, the mage. I say the default, you know, it's the first one you get. A good solid class with a good solid hero power. Fairly reliable minions. Nothing too wacky and out there. Let's just jump straight into it. Okay. So yeah, so we didn't construct a deck. I was feeling like we would because, you know, last week's was the pre-TGT and that was all pre-constructed. You'd have thought this week, maybe you get to make a deck for yourself. So here we go, we've got a new card, we've got the Spell Slinger. I think we'll get rid of this, we haven't got a mech, and we haven't got a secret. So we'll see if we can fish for something a bit cheaper to play. There we go, turn 1 Zombie Chow. A Blackwing Corruptor, not holding a dragon, so not the most useful. Take on Zerba the Paladin. Okay. So, hope you guys have been enjoying the Grand Tournament so far. I've had a good time with it. I've played a little bit of mid-range Hunter. I swapped out the Explosive Trap for a Bear Trap. I think deals with aggro similarly well, but it's also quite good against control, where the Explosive Trap often isn't particularly handy. And look at this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's real good solid curve in a random deck. So, yeah, swap that out, and I also put in a Power Shot, which has been fairly good against aggro. It's been a bit of a dead card sometimes, that's the 2 damage to a minion and adjacent minions either side of it. And it's okay. I remain somewhat unconvinced about its value. Now this could be good, but you know, even if he summons some dudes, they only have +1 attack while he's in play, so we can deal with this next turn if needs be. So I'm thinking maybe we should whip out a spell. The Flame Lance, 8 damage to a minion. Certainly not the best, but it's okay. In this random format, we'll take what we can get. We've got Dalaran and Aspirant. If we can keep this on the board, we could build up a bit of spell damage with it. And maybe we'll pull out an Azure Drake or something, and we'll, or Ysera, who knows. Okay, interesting. The Recombobulator into Tuskar Totemic. Nice. Nice. Okay, we got the Flame Walker. Sorry, the Flame Waker. Not the only one that makes that mistake, I'm sure. I'm tempted to trade in here. I don't know. Maybe we kill one of them. We don't necessarily need to trade them both in. Which is more dangerous? This guy's more dangerous if he somehow gets bounced back to hand. And then we can play the Yeti? Or do we want to play the Aspirant and see if we can start getting some value off it? It's a little bit more greedy. How do I feel about board control versus... Hey, this isn't specifically an aggro deck. We've got a good tempo curve. Let's just let's play the slightly slower game. I don't want to rush in on aggro. We've got good high value cards here. Lot of potential. Okay, great. So we can trade in here. We can ping. And I guess we'll play the Flame Waker in that case. This guy will start building up his spell damage so we can actually do some decent chunk of hot beef with this Flame Lance. Boom. Look at that, boom, getting the Inspire rolling. It's kind of weird that it doesn't Oh, it does. I guess it shows it down the bottom, but...
Summoning portal open.
Ooh. Still no spells in our hand, which is kind of weird, but... I'm going to ping again. Just keep cranking that spell damage. And keep the board under our control, really. We'll bonk this guy. We'll bonk this guy. And we'll play ourselves a nice Yeti. Kind of fairly safe against Consecrate here. This guy doesn't seem to be too useful as the deck primarily appears to be minions, I think. I don't know whether that's intentional. Or if they don't put a lot of the class spells in. Ooh, the 7 mana giant. We could play that now. It's probably not going to get any cheaper than this. Seems like a decent time for it. Our other options are not any more exciting, to be honest. This don't have a dragon. Look at this, 10 damage now. This guy getting beefy. Okay. I think we're in good shape against Zerba the Paladin. Yeah, I hope you guys have had a good time with TGT. I also I managed to build a totem shaman deck. I wanted the Thunder Bluff Valiant, or whatever they're called, and I didn't have either of them after opening my packs. And there's a pack opening video. You can see 60 actually of each set. 60 of the new ones, 60 of GVG, and 60 classic packs. And I didn't have either of the Thunder Bluff Valiants, but thankfully I opened like another 8 packs and got both of them, so pretty happy about that. Okay, I think maybe we can use the Flame Lance here. Seems like a good time for it. And we're on a Spell Slinger. Or we could just ping that guy. He's not really a threat. The problem with Spell Slinger is you risk giving them... Oh, well, there we go. I guess that's our answer. I'm actually just going to ping because the risk with Spell Slinger is that you give them the solution they need. It's a random spell, you know. He might get Twisting Nether and clear the board out. And that would be bad. Oh, Tyrion. I got a slight spoiler for the pack opening, but I actually got a golden Tyrion Forging and a regular one, which is pretty exciting. Okay. Can we finish this guy off here? I guess not with what we've got in hand, necessarily. But maybe we should play the Murk-Eye Champion. In fact, that might be enough then. In fact, that will be enough. Here's Murk-Eye Champion at its very best. We bong this guy. These guys get bigger. Bananas for everyone. Everyone loves a banana. Boom! Nailed him. Nice. There you go. Murk-Eye Champion OP. Now, of course, it's probably pretty garbage. And there we get a classic pack. I don't know if this is still just a classic pack for your TGT win. Sorry, for your Tavern Brawl win. Or if it's random. We got a classic pack. That's what it's always been for that. I know Arena they're changing to a completely random pack. So who knows? Who knows what will happen? We try the Shaman. A lot of good new Shaman cards in the Grand Tournament. I wonder if they've weighted it more heavily towards those cards. Did seem to get a pretty solid chunk of them in there. Bam. Let's see who our opponent is. It's Rise of Anthrax, the rogue. We better watch our back. Here we got the Saboteur. Got 2 Draenei Totem Carvers. It's interesting. I don't love Dancing Swords, so we'll get rid of it. This is, I think, probably better later. We'll hang on to the Saboteur. Could be kind of useful against the rogue. And it's got fairly beefy style. We can lock him down. Just what we need. Here we go. So this is the Thunder Bluff Valiant. I didn't have either, and I was like, oh, I could just craft them. I've got the dust. So, but I've got 1,000 gold, so I bought 8 packs. And lo and behold, got exactly what I needed. And here we've got the Mist Caller. We want to get him out early so we get the most value. Alakir, always a solid card. Oh, that's probably the exact play we wanted here. Boom, Totem Golem. Look at this, what a great card. 2 mana, 3/4. Oh, I haven't got enough good things to say about that, to be honest. It's going to be interesting here because with this chap out. Ooh, oh, hello. We have to bear in mind that we don't want to play Saboteur when he's already got a blade out, because he's probably not going to want to do anything with it. But I think we can Saboteur here. I think it's pretty good, it survives the board, and he won't be able to dagger, which might be an easy way for him to deal with our stuff. We gave that guy the coin. But you know what? That's fine. Oh, we put the red glob on his face. Look at this. 7 mana for a dagger. Rubbish. Get out of here. Fire God Destroyer is a card I like a lot. I think it's really cool. Just can 7/6 for 4 mana, just hey. Or even a 6/6 so it can't get BGH'd, and just terrifying really. We could boof Lorewalker Cho back to hand. Do we want to do that? I don't think we want to. Oh, I kind of want to get rid of Lorewalker Cho at the moment. And I think we'll play the Fire Guard Destroyer, which is a pretty good card to have out. And boom! There's your 7/6. Probably not got BGH. He might have BGH because it's random. You know, who knows how this will go. So yeah, so mid-range hunter. I think it was just those 2 cards I put in. I also built out that totem deck. It's basically the same as the one Trump's been looking at. So if you look up Trump Totem Grand Tournament deck, you'll probably find pretty much what I'm using. Oh, giving it stealth. I like that. It's a very nifty little trick there. Okay. Well, that Patient Assassin's going to be a slight bit of pain, but maybe we summon a totem. It's not the most efficient thing to do here. You know what? I think I'm going to play the Saboteur. I wouldn't mind awfully if it disappeared. You know, control the board. We've got some real high power cards here in our hand going forward. We got a nice 6 and then a 7 here, 5, and then play it for the totem. And obviously the 8 drop if we want it on 8. Plenty of potential. So this doesn't buff the board. I think if this said give all minions in your hand, deck and board +1/+1, it might be actually broken. But as it is here, it's touch and go. It's a little bit too slow. It doesn't give you enough kind of current presence. I'm going to pop that owl back to his hand. That's very sneaky actually. I like that a lot. So this guy's a battle cry, so we can play him out now and get it done. Oh god, that's a lot of cards actually on Van Cleef. Well, I don't have a good way to deal with Van Cleef right now, so I think we'll play the Mistcaller. It's a slightly slow play. Ooh, look at that effect! Oh man, that's gorgeous. But he is a 4/4. So look at these. Look at all these buffed cards. I actually do like that. That was the first legendary I got out of my packs. I'm spoiling all the pack opening here, so go watch it first if you're really interested in it. It's pretty good. I get pretty emotional about the hot cards. I'm probably going to use old Murk-Eye to clear out Van Cleef here. Or you know, we could Thunder Bluff Valiant, summon a totem. Now notice the totems don't get buffed. So there's that. Alternatively, we could Dancing Swords and play the Defender of Argus. That might be quite a good beefy play. We'll let him draw a card, but he's not got too much in hand, and it's not a constructed deck. It's just random stuff. So I feel kind of okay about that. So now, having got away with our slow play, we should be in a good spot here because we've got Oh, interesting. So you can still silence that stuff. That's good. Good to know. Good to know. Murk-Eye Chillwind Yeti here, I think.
Come close and listen.
This guy buffs mechs. No mechs out at the moment, and he doesn't buff himself. Oh man. Murloc. Let's do it. Synergy. Look at that. Weren't expecting that, were you, Rise of Anthrax? Gave him the real beans there.
I am the dancing master.
Ooh, interesting. A free dagger? Well, I never.
Yeah, beat it.
He's got a lot of stuff on board, but nothing in hand. See what we draw here. I think maybe Thunder Bluff and Chillwind might be the play. Although Alakir actually might be the best play because we need to clear up some of this board. I think maybe we'll do that. Because I can't leave him with too much stuff, to be honest. And we clear out all the 2s, I think. Yeah, we'll clear out all the 2s. Great stuff. What a great card. Especially when he's a 4/6. That Mistcaller it's going to be one of those things if you think you can get away with being a little bit slow there and draw the game out, could have a ton of potential. I think we're in a great spot here. We'll play this guy, we'll summon a totem, we'll play the Ogre Brute. Let's see what we get first, because if we get the Taunt Totem,
There is a lot at stake.
we might not need the... there's the Taunt Totem. Do we want to be greedy? I think we maybe can be greedy. Even oil doesn't help because he's only got 1 card in hand.
They are bend to my command.
Bonk. Oh, he's going all out aggression. Quite terrifying. Oh, the Deathwing, the 13/13 Deathwing. Well, let's not play that. As much as I'd kind of love to, we kind of don't need to. And I'm not a complete maniac. Although sometimes I do wonder, maybe I am a complete maniac. Okay. What do we want to do here? I'm going to trade this guy into this guy and see what happens. Okay, that's fine. It's not super ideal, but I'll take it. And then this guy's going to be a 6/6. That's pretty good. And we should have this game nicely wrapped up. I don't think anything's going to come through here that will stop us. A Nubarak. Ooh. 14, 16, 17, 18. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 14, 15, 16, 16, 22. I can count, don't worry. Deathwing. That was a cool time for a Nubarak to show up, but it was a fraction too late. And we won! Huzzah! Pretty happy about that. Okay, and that's the encounter at the Crossroads. Let's open our pack. Definitely do a few more episodes of these. It's actually quite nice with the new cards out. It's a good way to kind of experience them. Ooh, an epic. Oh, a second Sword of Justice. Only had one of those. Pretty happy about that. Great stuff. All this stuff. 3 rares, which can be dusted. I think I already had 2 of each of them. But that's good. Love a bit of dust. Okay, and there we go. That's going to put an end to things. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed the episode. If you have, be sure to bop that like button and subscribe to the channel for more Hearthstone. There'll be more Tavern Brawl videos on this meeting at the Crossroads, TGT style. Drop me a comment, let me know what TGT decks you're playing, what cards you like, which class you think is the strongest now, which class has been up to the most. I think probably so far the Shaman seems to have leapt the most in people's estimations. Run into a few Dragon Priests, they're pretty fun. There's a lot of value, just good value cards that they're getting. That seems to be going fairly well. So be sure to hop into this Tavern Brawl for yourself, try it out, let me know what kinds of crazy combinations you've seen, and I will catch you on the next episode. I've been Ken, thank you very much for watching, I'll see you next time. Cheers!